So I'm going to repeat that. So today we're going to analyse the family of linear functions and the implications for their possible points of intersection. So really all it means is we're going to be given a few clues to what's going on, and we've got to work out the problem and analyse it. But it's just using all the rules we've already known. So if you have a look at this example here, find the value of m if the line mx plus 2 passes through this point. So when I tell you, when you get a point, if you write straight away underneath x and y, well then it should trigger you. If you know two values there, we can put this point into that, can't we? Yes?
Yeah.
And we've only got really, the only thing we don't know is m. So when you substitute here, so every time we put 11 where we see y, and we've put a 3. So then we end up with the equation. So what they've done here, they've just rearranged, they've written this first and it still equals 11. They haven't changed it there, they've just moved it around. So we're trying to get m by itself, so we move the 2 over, which is why it minuses, and then that gives us 9, and then we find it. So can you see, it doesn't really matter, it's just finding a question, isn't it, like we have been doing. It's not really any much harder, just has this weird little name to it, which makes you get a bit confused. All right, so let's look at this next one. A family of lines have the equation of the form y equals mx2, where m is a negative number. So what they mean when they say there's a family of lines, what they're saying is, if you have, your set of axes, they're going to say that this family, they all go, say that's 2, is that the y-intercept? Yeah? Yes? So what they're saying is they've got all these straight lines, they all have that y-intercept. That's what they mean when they start saying, oh, there's a family of lines or something, yeah? So they all would have that c value being 2, but their gradients are different. But it doesn't really matter. So it says find this family. So we don't know what the gradient is, that's what they're saying. It has a y-intercept of 2, but the gradient could be something different. But they did tell me here, if you have a look, that it's negative, all right? So it says find the x-axis intercept. So what was the fact we said about the x-axis intercept? We said what? What do we know about the x-axis intercept? Yeah, so put up there y equals 0, yeah? So then it says, and it wants you to find this x-axis. So that's what we've got to do, the intercept, and in terms of m, because we don't know what m is, doesn't matter, we're going to have our answer, we'll still have the letter m in there. So you can see, if I wrote, I'm going to do it here. So they're saying find the x-axis intercept, so you said that's when y equals 0. So I've got 0 equals mx plus 2. Wouldn't you just keep rearranging that to find the x-intercept? Yeah? So I'd bring this guy over, so I'd have negative 2 equals mx, and then I'm going to do, because I'm trying to find just the x, it'll be negative 2 divided by m. I don't know what m is, but I'm going to leave it. Now, could that m value be negative though?
Yes.
No. Why would it do? What if I had a negative divided by a negative? What does that make it? But didn't they tell me it had to be negative? So you know that one must be positive. All right, so there's a bit more difficult. You've got to be careful, yes? So your answer here is why they've got that like that. Okay? So we do have to know that m must be positive because our 2 is already negative on that side. All right, so let's go to the next page. So can you see what I mean? You just have to know your facts and you just go through it and you do exactly what we've been doing here. All right, so for which values of m is the x-intercept greater than 3? So this is continuing on. So you said the x-intercept, we just worked out, was negative 2 over m. So it's pretty much, you just write, when is that greater than 3. What's the symbol for greater? Like that? Yeah? So you are going to write, when is this bigger, because that's greater than 3. Yes? If it said equal to, then I'd have that little line underneath. It doesn't. It just says greater. So now you just solve. This is called an inequality with these little triangles. You just solve it as normal. Now with inequalities, we solve normally, except we've got to be careful when we multiply or divide by a number. What does that do? It reverses the sign, yeah? So I'm trying to get, it says for which